Good morning, you guys. Today is Wednesday, June 30th, and it is off the board, and it is also the last day of the month for my Disney Kill a Kit with Style. So I went to my Pinterest boards. I have some Disney layouts, and I just saw this one. It is on a white background with little bits and pieces. I'm not sure if I'm going to stick with a white background, but I did see this and it struck my fancy. So let's see what I can do. All right, guys, so I definitely take this in a different direction, and that's okay. The Pinterest pin was my starting point, and I just decided that I really needed to use this kind of burst paper. It's been in my stash for a while now. It's been in my Disney stash for a while now. It was in my paper stash, and then I moved it to Disney because I was like, this yellow is perfect, and I need to move it over there. So finally using this paper, which makes me ridiculously happy that I'm finally using it, right? Now, the Pinterest pin did have what looked to be kind of like a ribbon on either side of the photo. So I decided that I would at least kind of mimic that by using this red kind of translucent polka dot washi. And I would do that by placing it over top of a couple of the sunbursts. Now, when I did this, I didn't like it on just one, so I went ahead and added it to another one. And then that makes me happy. Like, now I'm like, okay, I can work with this, I can make this happen, and I am feeling all the good feels about my Disney layout today. I did kind of make them so that they would be a little bit, looked like they were coming in one side and out the other, but it's not exactly that, which is fine. Like, I wasn't looking for any kind of perfection here on this layout. I really liked the fact that I was kind of doing this on a diagonal instead of horizontally across the page. I end up not doing it on the diagonal, but that's okay. Like I said, sometimes you just have to go where your layout takes you and you just enjoy the process, right? So, my original plan was not what actually happened, and again, I'm okay with it. I really do love how this layout turned out. It's just fun to me. And that's what matters, right? Like, you enjoy your stuff and it's fun. So I'm trying to figure out how I can kind of mimic what is going on in my Pinterest pin, where there are lots of little layers layered up. And then I was like, you know what? All my layers don't have to be squares. All my layers don't have to be paper. I am going to pull out this castle that says happiness starts here, and I'm going to pop that bad boy up. Now, I'm not going to make you watch me put all the pop dots on the castle or remove the pop dot backing. Foam squares. Foam squares. These aren't truly pop dots. Not going to make you watch that. Now, unless that's your jam and you love watching foam squares being placed and the backer paper pulled off, let me know. Because if that's like the one thing you watch me for, then, I don't want to ruin your day. Now, I just decided that I needed to bring in a big old hunk of paper. So my little layers and my little bits that, I was pulling off of my Pinterest pin turned into some big layers. And that's okay, guys. I don't want anyone to think, oh man, I'm a failure at Pinterest because my project doesn't look like the inspiration pin. No, people. Pinterest, yeah, if you want to use Pinterest as a place to copy exactly, then, more power to you. But Pinterest doesn't have to be that kind of place. Pinterest can be something where you're like, oh, I like this. Or you liked one particular thing of a Pinterest pin and you want that one particular thing for you. Like, don't get stuck. Don't get stuck with Pinterest. Now, I'm going to be completely honest. I don't use Pinterest in a major way. I'm not on there like scrolling and looking for pins and things on a regular basis. I keep, the Follow a Sketch Friday Pinterest board update it, and if there's a random time where I'm just like, you know what, I'm going to add some pins to my Pinterest board, then I do that. It's just not my main kind of social media, because Pinterest is almost a social media in and of itself. But I do like to scroll and look. And also, when you Google search for something, a lot of the time a Pinterest board is what's going to be your response, and you just click on that and you get a whole bunch of ideas. So there you go. Now I am excited. I'm going to use some of these rub-ons. So, rub-ons, I kind of have a love-hate relationship with rub-ons. Okay, I love rub-ons. I think that they're super fun. They're great. They add a fun, element to your page, but you have to use them pretty quickly, or they kind of like, they give up on you. I do have some rub-ons in my stash that are super old, and I don't know if they're going to work or not. But these aren't that old. They're just not. But I still had to do a lot of pulling up, pushing down, pulling up, pushing down, just to make sure I was getting all the color of the rub-on off of the backer paper and on to my layout. So I decided to put my title up here. The title is actually going to be Wish Upon a Star Family. And you'll see how I add that in a minute. But yeah, there it is. So this is a picture of Lana and I, and we are in Tomorrowland. You can tell by the aliens in the background, and also the people mover is back there. So we were just doing a fun selfie in our ears. I was wearing traditional Mickey ears, and Lana was wearing Stitch Mickey ears. So I decided to bring in some more rub-ons other than just the title. And I have this little blue one that says, "Love this." And I'm just going to put that over here underneath of the sticker that says, "Imagine, Believe, and Dream." Because I felt like it was appropriate to go there, right? Like, it goes there. And then I'm going to place this kind of Mickey heart with an arrow through it off to the side here of the castle. And I'm particular where I'm placing this. Like, I am on purpose placing it overlapping the little blue circle. And since my rub-on does go from page to paper to paper, it spans that. I just want to make sure that I add adhesive right there so that it doesn't pop up a little bit. Normally, I don't care if my papers kind of pop up a little bit because they're going in page protectors. Sometimes the static of the page protector will keep that paper pulled up to it a little bit. So I just really wanted to make sure that that rub-on was going to be clean and flush all the way across. So now I'm just figuring out what little things I want to do. I really, really am pleased with myself with this heart and star kind of overlapping each other by the title. I think it just nestles in that title super, super well. And I'm just like, yes, I'm loving this. I've got like pops of red, I've got pops of blue. Of course, the yellow is a big contender here. The black is like popping. I'm like, yes, I am literally loving everything that is going on with this layout. Now, you guys know I like to decorate with words, so I'm going to go ahead and pull some of these stickers. And I pull things that say, "Wish upon a star," "We're all ears," "Dare to dream." And then I also have "We have smiles" from ear to ear that I will add in a little bit. It's just using them to figure out kind of like what I can nestle and place around the page. So then you saw the little tab that says family up there. So now it says "Wish upon a star family." I'm taking a peek. I'm like, what else can I add to this? Like, what other little bits of fun can I make happen? Because that's one of the things that drew me to my Pinterest pin, was there was lots of little bits of fun. And I kind of turned this into a big bit of fun with my paper layers as opposed to the little squares that were in that Pinterest pin. But like I said, I'm okay with it. It's good. I do decide to add a little bit more decoration down here at the bottom where I have the words, because it was feeling a little bit top heavy. So I was like, you know what, something else has got to go down here. So I pulled off a couple star stickers, and then I decided to go with the red camera right here. And that kind of balances out the red across the entire page as well, which I didn't even realize I needed to do. I didn't realize I needed to balance that red until I put the camera down and I stepped back a second and looked at it, and I was like, yeah, now the red is balanced, and I didn't even know it was funky. So now I am just going to wrap up putting the little bits on. This sticker book is amazing, you guys. This is where I have Wee Smiles from ear to ear. Now, if you're paying close attention, I am mixing the Echo Park, the Photo Play, and the Simple Stories Disney-esque collections. Some of them are white-based, some of them are cream-based, and I'm mixing them, and I'm not having a problem with it. If me mixing the white and the cream is that making you have palpitations, I'm so sorry, but it just doesn't bother me. Most of the time, mixing white and cream doesn't bother me because to me, they're just more colors to play with. There are some times where I'm like, I cannot mix this. This does not feel right. This, not one of those times. So there it is, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me this month. Please make sure you click on the links down below so that you can check out everyone who is playing along with Off the Board and to see what kind of pins they were pulling off their Pinterest board. And I will see you guys again real soon for another video.